Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Niche, and welcome to Truthfully Tarot. If you're watching, it's because you want to know the truth, so let's get into it. All right, Scorpios, for the month of July, what message does Spirit have for you? So I like to pull from the astrology deck first to kind of get the overall energy and feel for the month of July, because astrological energies are very like big and thematic and archetypical in nature. And so I kind of like to get an idea of kind of like what's the general energy, and then we'll get a little bit more specific with the tarot deck. So Scorpio for July. Okay, that wanted to come out. We'll see if it actually comes out. I like when cards, and it came out. Oh my God. Fuck, I love tarot. I saw this and then I was like, it's gonna come out, and it came out. Neptune. All right, this is the energy. So let's jump into it. We have Neptunian energy and we have first house energy. So when we're talking about, okay, so immediately I'm getting in July, there seems to be a big transformation for my Scorpio placements in the month of July. It feels like you're changing something up about your physical appearance. You could be getting your hair cut, dyed. You could be changing up how you look, your wardrobe, your clothes. You could be getting, I don't know, it just feels like you're changing something up on the physical appearance side in the month of July. And it feels like it's a change that's happening because something significant has happened or some big change has happened in your life, and you feel like a need to show this change on the outside. Like it feels like some big shift, some big transformation has happened, and there's a need to like physically show that you've changed. So for some of you guys, it's gonna be your hair, clothes. Even there's been like massive, it could be like if you've gone through a lot of healing, and so there's something about how you come across the people that changes, or how you talk changes, or maybe you're entering into a space of more authenticity and you're showing up as your true self. It just feels like there's some significant change coming to your outward appearance. Maybe you get a piercing or a tattoo, something like that. But also, it feels like for some of my Scorpios, some type of dream comes true. I'm a whole Scorpio moon, so what kind of dreams is coming true for me? Okay, let me focus on y'all. It feels like the phrase I got is like a dream comes true. Like some type of desire or wish or manifestation feels like it comes to fruition in the month of July. It doesn't have to be this big thing. It just feels like it could be something small, it could be something big, but it just feels like overall there's this feeling of something coming true, something being realized, a dream, a wish fulfillment, something that makes you feel like, I'm on the right path, or I'm on the right track, happens in July. Some of my Scorpio placements, like you may be dreaming more in the month of July, or you may receive a significant dream or a vision, or you have some type of spiritual experience in the month of July that really kind of sets you correct. It kind of sets you up. It kind of like orients you. It feels like some of my Scorpio, it just kind of feels like some of my Scorpio placements have like a spiritual experience, a spiritual encounter. I don't know, maybe you take some mushies, or maybe you like do something, and it just feels like there's a change that happens, and you need to feel like you want to show it on the outside, but then also it feels like there's some type of spiritual something that happens, some type of dream, or I don't know, it just feels like something. And again, the nature of Neptune is mysterious. What did it say? Imagination, dreams, artistry, Pisces, subconscious, spirituality, confusion, illusions, dreams, visions. Like the nature of that is very hard to describe. Like Neptunian energy is very ethereal, right? So it feels like some of you guys are going through some like spiritual changes, it feels like, as well in the month of July, or you have some type of spiritual realization about yourself, or you begin to start wanting to be more spiritual or engage in spiritual activities, it feels like, for the month of July for some of my Scorpios. Okay, so when I was pre-shuffling the deck, I usually like shuffle and let the cards fall out, but I felt like I was supposed to split the deck and then pull two from each side. So that's what I'm gonna do. The first card is the Six of Swords. Oh my God, okay. Cancer, I did Cancer first. I just did Pisces. Now I'm doing Scorpio. And the Temperance upright has come out in each one. And I'm telling y'all, I be shuffling these cards. My water signs, we trying to get balanced out up in this bitch. Okay. Temperance is the second card. All right. Queen of Cups. And the Five of Swords reverse. So we have 2 swords and 2 cups. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what we're working with. Okay. So the first 2 from the left side of my deck came out were these 2. So we have the 6 of Swords and we have the Temperance, the archetypal energy, the major arcana energy of the Temperance. It feels like some of you Scorpios are leaving something that has stressed you out because you finally want peace. Like it feels like you are leaving some type of mental stress, some type of mental anxiety, or conflict or something where it was just a difficult, like a situation or circumstance, a relationship, a job, like whatever it is. It feels like it was weighing heavily on your mind. It kind of had you stressed. It was just kind of dramatic or there's just something that is just in your energy and you're like, I want peace. And I need to like move away from this energy. Some of you Scorpios may actually be traveling in the month of July, like actually physically leaving and going somewhere else in the month of July. But for a lot of you guys, it feels like you're wanting to leave behind a situation, a circumstance, a person, a place, or a thing that feels very stressful or troublesome. Ow. Yeah, it feels like Scorpio, I just had that's interesting because I never have those. Yeah, it feels like there is like some type of mental stress that you've been going through or something that's just been weighing really heavily on your mind. It's been stressing you out, or even some of you guys maybe have even been so stressed out that it's affecting you physically. Like whatever the circumstance, situation, or relationship, or whatever it is, it feels like it's heavy mental energy. And it feels like it's so stressful, it's so anxious, it's putting so much that you feel like it's causing like physical, like it's causing you to get headaches, or it's causing you to like be really stressed out with your stomach or really tense. But it feels like you're trying to move away from this energy in July and really find peace and balance. Look at the Temperance card. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. This sense of the cups pouring in and out of each other. There's this sense of desiring balance. Even in the 6 of Swords, it's like on one side, it's very peaceful, and on the other side, it's troubled. And so it's like it's like a refugee type of energy. Like you're going from a situation or circumstance that's really difficult into hopefully peaceful waters. And the fact that the Temperance is also present, it feels like you're really wanting to like achieve some type of emotional balance, emotional stability, a sense of peace, and really moving on from a situation in July. It's like you really want to move on from a situation. And maybe it's because this situation, for some of you guys, not all of you, for some of you guys, it feels like this situation really made you question your self-worth and who you are and how you show up in relationships and how you show up in life, in your work or your job or something like that. It made you feel very just like you didn't know who you were. Like there was just like a lot of confusion around you. And it's like maybe I'm picking up on like some type of relational dynamic here. So if it doesn't apply to you, it just doesn't apply, and that's okay. It just feels like this, you could have been in a dynamic where there's somebody who was like gaslighting you or not listening to you or twisting your words, and it just really made you question yourself. It just really made you confused, and it just wasn't a good situation. And it just feels like in July, you're really moving on. You're really trying to move on. You're really trying to let go. You're really trying to escape, and you really just want peace and balance. You really just want peace and balance here. Yeah. On the right side, the cards that came out were the Queen of Cups and the 5 of Swords reversed, which also came out in a previous reading as well, which is kind of crazy because I literally deeply reshuffle these decks. So it just feels like maybe water signs in general could be seeking a lot of peace. Water signs in general could be seeking a lot of balance. For the Temperance to show up in all 3 readings upright, it just feels like overall my water signs are really looking for balance, really looking for a sense of peace, really trying to make sense of the world and where you are in it and how to move forward. Yeah. With the Queen of Cups and the Five of Swords, it feels like my Scorpio placements are really reflecting on how they feel about a circumstance or a situation, and not wanting to be selfish and not wanting to be okay. So for some of you guys, it's like you want to leave the situation, you are leaving, you're trying to leave, but you feel like bad, or you're like there's this sense of feeling like, I don't want to be selfish by leaving this person. Like, I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, there's like a genuine love and affection there. Like, I don't want to hurt this person or whatever, if that's the case. I'm picking up on that dynamic, so I'm just going to go with it. I know I keep saying it, but it's like a part of me wants to like have a different message, but then the message is the message, and I'm going to be truthful about it. So it feels like some of you guys are feeling like wanting to leave, like ready to leave, trying to leave, but feeling bad while you're leaving and really trying to reflect on your emotions. And then some of you guys are leaving because you've reflected on your emotions and you're like, I need to put myself first. I need to value myself. I need to love myself. This situation isn't working for me. This situation isn't good for me. This situation is kind of toxic. This person, you know, we're not working. It's not working. This isn't working. So I need to put myself first. I need to really love myself and really put my energy towards the things that make me happy and not stay in a situation, a circumstance where I'm being taken advantage of, or where I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, or not being seen and loved in the ways that, you know, that you want, right? It feels like there is this very reflective quality to Scorpio placements in the month of July, where they're really just like, if this is a work dynamic, it could be wanting to apply for another job or wanting to transfer in the company or wanting to do something on your own. You know what I mean? Like just leaving a toxic work environment where you're not being appreciated or not being seen in the ways that you want to be. That could also be a thing. And so you're trying to go to another job or another opportunity that pays more, that pays better, where the company culture is a little bit better. That could be a thing where you feel more like at peace and at home. Could be a thing as well. Also, it feels like, for some of you, it's like there's this realization where like, I refuse to be manipulated. I refuse to be conned. I refuse to be lied to. I refuse to be like breadcrumbed. I refuse to be treated less than what I deserve. It's like there's this emotional like realization that this is not what I want. This isn't good for me. Like, and I am willing to do whatever it takes to get out of this circumstance or situation. It's kind of what it feels like in July. Wow, that's kind of heavy and specific. But it feels like there's this sense of like I have to put the focus on me. I have to love me. I have to see me. I have to value me. I have to change. Like I have to, you know, and it kind of goes with this like energy in the beginning of the reading where it's like yourself, right? Your desires, your individuality, you know, your physical appearance, your goals, your personality. And it feels like whatever dynamic you were in, like it affected your personality, affected how you related to people. And it just feels like you're breaking free of this energy. And it's like, I'm changing, I'm breaking out of confusion, or I'm embracing my spirituality. I'm embracing my gifts. I'm embracing who I am. Like I'm listening to my intuition. I'm trusting my intuition. I'm following my intuition, and I'm like breaking free. For some of you, this could be like realizing that maybe you've been in an energy of self-sabotaging and really coming and really wanting to like get out of this energy of self-sabotaging. Like where you realize that there are certain thought process, certain ways of viewing the world or viewing yourself or viewing your relationships or viewing your people around you in a way that's unhealthy, and you're realizing that this isn't good for me. And so you're trying to like get away from that energy and find more peace and balance internally. And you're like, you've realized like, oh, like I've been the one that's in my way. I've been the one that's been setting myself up for disappointment. I'm the one that is causing these financial problems in my life, which there's not really that indicated here. Like there's no pentacles, but like if that's the circumstance for you, like it just feels like for some of you, you're realizing like I'm the drama. I'm the fucking problem, bitch. It's like realizing like, fuck, it's me. Like, it's me. Like, damn, you know? And that's kind of sparking this, like, this change. This wanting to go on a spiritual journey, wanting to maybe, it feels like some of you guys, this is a very small amount, but it feels like some of you guys are wanting to try to have some type of spiritual experience, some type of ego death or something to help you transform or to help you get over a situation or a circumstance. It feels like some of you want to, like, I don't know, just like some of you guys want to take some fucking drugs to like get some revelation or get some clarity or help you break out of a cycle, a cycle of some sort. Is also indicated here as well. Okay, so I'm gonna see what else is going on for my Scorpios, because that's a lot. And you know, honestly, like, good on you for realizing that you're the problem. A lot of people don't look at themselves. They don't reflect. Look at her. She's looking at the cup. She ain't looking at nothing else but this cup. Cups in tarot represent emotions. It represents your feelings. It represents your internal space, right? It's water energy. And it's like a lot of times we don't self-reflect. We don't look. And sometimes really painful situations force us to see ourselves, like a breakup or whatever. It's like it forces us to have to realize, like, damn, I keep doing the same shit over and over again. And like, I don't want to do that shit no more. You know, it's like, I don't want to be that person anymore, you know? And so that's like really good to come into that awareness. Now that awareness needs to be backed up by action. It's not enough to just want to change. It's not enough to just desire change. That's good. That's the start. That's the beginning. The actual difficulty is changing your behaviors and changing your subconscious programming around it, meaning your habitual habits. Like James Clear, I think that's his name, has this book called Atomic Habits. And basically the sum of who you are is your habits, what you do every day, right? And so the same can be said about your mental space. Like the sum of your psychological makeup is the quality of the thoughts and the atmosphere you create in your mind through the thoughts that you think about yourself and others, right? So reprogramming your subconscious can look like mirror work. It can look like breath work. It can look like body work. It can look like talk therapy. It can look like, you know, affirmations and mantras and, you know, working out on your physical appearance, you know, working out, eating healthy, you know, that type of thing. Like all of those things can help us to really embrace the transformation process and really change how we view ourselves and view the world around us, right? So good on you, Scorpio, because that's hard. That's not easy work. Yeah. All right, Spirit. Any more messages from our Scorpios in July? And you know, it's not just, oh yeah, love it. Love to see it. So Strength came out. And so Strength is all about self-control. You see her handling the animal. She has the infinity symbol over her head. She has the lion by the mouth, and she's using her energy, her force, herself to calm the raging beast. So this is a card of discipline. This is a card of self-control. This is a card of being able to manage yourself, right? Internally though. Because there's another card for like the physical world around you, but this is about internally having self-mastery or going down the journey of self-mastery. And so for the Strength card to come out, it feels like some of you guys in July are just realizing like the highest form of self-love is self-discipline. You know, like I can't keep living the way I was living. I can't keep indulging in the same habits and circumstances the way that I was, the same people that I was indulging in. Like it's not good for me, you know? So it just really feels like you're really like transforming the self and connecting to the things that make you come alive. And it feels like some of you guys are going through some type of, you know, I feel like this is a buzzword, but it feels like some of you guys are going through like a spiritual awakening or like in this like acute way. What I mean by that is it feels like maybe you've been on a spiritual journey, but it feels like in July it hits like a point of like a pivotal point. Like you realize, oh, I've made some headway, or oh, I'm like really figuring this shit out, or oh, I'm really changing this part of who I am, or oh, I'm really gonna make these efforts and steps toward change. It feels like being a part of community is really good for you, Scorpio. Connecting with friends, if you're single, going out on dates, meeting up with people, collaborating on projects. It just feels like being around people, and it even feels like new people, like too, like not just old people, especially if they're connected to an old situation or an old way of being. It just feels like you are putting yourself out there and maybe meeting some new people, and that being good thing, and just having fun and just being lighter about your life as well. Because Scorpio energy, like, and I know this, my moon is in Scorpio, so I'm a very intense person and I feel very intensely. And sometimes like it's too heavy for people. Like, and that's not anything bad about me or my emotions, but it's awareness. Like Scorpionic energy can be really heavy. It's a lot. It's deep. What does it say on this card? Intense, sexual, enticing, extreme, powerful. Like Scorpionic energy is a lot to deal with. And if people haven't dealt with themselves, or they don't have capacity for you at the time for a multitude of reasons, like it's just a lot and it can be heavy. And so Scorpios have to work at lightening the load, so to speak. Any other messages for my Scorpios for July? Yo. Okay. This feels like a whole other reading. Okay, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. We have the Four of Cups and the Ace of Cups reversed. Four of Cups and Ace of Cups reversed. Okay. Two main messages. First one, Scorpio, I don't want you to miss out on a really beautiful connection because you are worried about something else, or you are worried about feeling good enough for a connection, or feeling like you're worth this person, or feeling like you're too in the beginning of your healing journey. Like, and I don't want you to use a new situation to avoid, but it feels like there in July, the first part of this message is like, if you look at the person in the card, they're so focused on whatever they're focused on, their thoughts are in their brain and their mind. They can't see the cup that the universe is bringing to them. And then we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So it feels like you could be so inwardly focused, so self-reflective that you miss out on an opportunity to connect to someone or something, or be inspired, or have like a divine synchronistic moment because you're too focused on like, woe is me, or whatever. Like it feels like that opportunity is there in the month of July, and I don't want you to miss out on it. And I think that's where also like this energy of being disciplined and going out and having fun and being light comes in. Because if you're like, it feels like there's a lot of heaviness of shifting and transitioning and getting out and moving forward and moving on and transformation, and that's a lot. But in the same time, like, don't miss out on a new beginning because you're stuck on something else, or something else has you occupied. So you miss like a divine opportunity, a cup from the universe, That's part of it. Also, on the flip side, if this applies to you, there may be an offering coming from someone emotionally, and it could be from the past. And the advice is to not give it the time of day. Because over here, we also have the Page of Pentacles reversed, the Hermit upright, and the Eight of Cups upright. And this energy is about walking away from something. The Hermit is by himself. He's on his own. He is seeking wisdom. He's seeking understanding. He's seeking truth. He's going on his spiritual journey. He is trying to become enlightened, right? And so that process is you have to walk away from the things that aren't serving you, the things that are not filling your cup up, the things that don't support you. And then you have the Page of Cups. So it's like this, start of an emotional beginning or something. It just feels like there may be an offering coming to you from somebody or something that it's really important that you actually you pass it up. Especially if it's a past person or a past situation or a past connection. It feels like if the past shows up in particular, or something that's toxic or something that doesn't resonate with who you're transforming and who you're becoming and how you're trying to move forward, it feels like the universe is very clearly saying, like, focus on yourself. This is a lot of cards up here. Focus on yourself and do not go back don't go backwards. Especially with this 8 of Cups. Do not go backward. Don't do that. Ain't nothing for you there. Ain't nothing. The cup is empty because it's overturned. It's empty. This cup is empty. So for a small portion of you, if this applies, there could be like an emotional something offering coming that is good, and you don't want to miss out on it because you're too like, woe is me. I'm going through all this stuff. But I feel like even more than that message is if something from the past is trying to start back up, something that you have walked away from or that has walked away from you in the month of July, don't go back to it. Like, I don't know what else to say. And if you do, at the end of the day, I'm just giving you words and you can decide if this is true for you. From the cards, if this applies to you, it feels like somebody from the past or somebody that you've walked away from, a situation that's over, or someone that may have walked away from you, they come back around in July and it just feels like don't entertain it. Like you are trying to transform yourself. You're trying to be on like a spiritual journey. You're trying to move forward. You're trying to heal these self-sabotaging habits. You're trying to really, the energy is like, Scorpio, you're really trying to do the work. You're really trying to do the work. And it just feels like there's a test coming in July, and it's really important that you really like look at like what's wisdom. What does wisdom say? What is wise? What is the wise thing to do? And if I've taken my cup and I've walked away from it, what sense does it make for me to go back to that? Because it feels like whatever wasn't emotionally fulfilling in the way that you needed it to be anyway. Like it wasn't fulfilling in the way that it needed to be anyway, which is why the cups are in reversed. And it's like, he's saying no. He's saying no. That's the message that I got for you, Scorpio. Let me do this. What's a good thing coming to Scorpio? I had to do this with Sagittarius yesterday because Sagittarius reading yesterday was a lot. I was like, okay, y'all, what the fuck y'all going through? This is crazy. I mean, I'm not judging, but I was just like, okay, Sagittarius, okay. And I was like, well, what's some good? Because it was, and I feel like there's nothing not good happening. It just feels like you're really in process in July. You're really in transformation in July. And you're really just trying to make sense of a lot. So, Spirit, what's a good thing that's happening for my Scorpios in July? What's a good thing happening for my Scorpios in the month of July? Okay. 9 of Wands. Boundaries. The good thing, self-control, bitch. Self-control. The good thing in July for my Scorpio placements is boundaries. Boundaries, 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 bitch. Like that's the message. That's a good thing for you. Uphold your boundaries. Say no. Just say no. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's giving. Like you having self-control, you having self-discipline, you focusing on wisdom, you trying to heal these self-sabotaging mindsets or patterns, you walking away, you walking away from a situation to have more peace and balance in your life, not going back to the old, like boundaries, baby. That's what's going. Because you see, he's looking at whatever's coming and he's very skeptical. He's like, nah, I got to put another stick in the ground because you're not going to break through my defenses. You know what I'm saying? So that's and nines in general are about breaking cycles anyway. So it just feels like the spirit is very protective over your self growth journey and your journey to healing and your journey to transformation. And it feels like in July, there may be some type of test that comes your way that could throw you backwards. And it feels like this video is to offer you that warning of like, stay focused, stay in it. You know what I'm saying? All right, Scorpio, I hope this was helpful. Love you bunches. Talk to you soon. Bye.